I took a little while to make a video on the subject of the stolen election because I wanted to make sure that if I made a video on it, that I'd be talking about shit that really matters. Now, it all matters. All the dead people who voted, all the people who voted out of state, all the sudden surprising voter fraud when it comes to just fake ballots coming in through the mail, when it comes to Sharpie Gate, when it comes to all these mysterious ballots that showed up out of nowhere at 4 o'clock in the morning in multiple states. There's two things I really want you to pay attention to because they are undeniable and it's shit that's on paper and is not subject to rumor. There's two things that I really want to show you that prove that this shit was rigged from the start. And first thing is pretty simple to Google, although you're not going to be able to Google it for very long. So if you can find any images of this on Twitter or any information on this on Google, save it because the mass censorship campaign is ongoing and will accelerate, and anybody who tries to share shit that makes it very obvious that this election is stolen is about to be completely fucking censored. So pay very close attention. The first thing is something called the Benford rule or the Benford law. And what this is basically shows that you can see a distribution of tallied numbers in any system. This is the system that was used to catch multiple businesses, including Enron, in fraud and destroy them, basically, which is it shows that as you count this number, the number of something that starts with one in a tally, you're going to see a slope that goes like, I think it's from this side here. It goes like this, and it just dips down in a line, nice and neat. And all of Trump's votes look like this. Biden's votes look like this, and it jags up and down and up and down and up and down. The FBI uses this to catch people in wire fraud. It very clearly shows that Biden's counts are bullshit. But the most important thing, far more than that Benford law shit, is something called Dominion voter software. This is used in 35 states, including every single swing state like Michigan and Wisconsin and Nevada and Georgia and Pennsylvania. And Dominion voter software is actually used in 35 states total. It received an update out of the blue the night before the election. It's the thing that's responsible for that, what you actually have heard about, the 6,000 votes for Trump that were mysteriously just switched to Biden in a glitch. Dominion as a company is owned majority share, basically the guy who owns most of the company, is Dianne Feinstein's husband. Dianne Feinstein, of course, a longtime congressperson for fucking the Democrats. Her husband owns this software. I don't know how this kind of conflict of interest type shit is allowed, but they could have fixed anything, anywhere, at any time. They could have been responsible for the ridiculous amount of fucking votes that loser Joe Jorgensen got. It could have reduced or increased Trump's and Biden's shit at will. There was no fucking way, when you look at the grand scheme of things, beyond even just the way they were going to rig the mail-in ballots. They already had rigged the in-person election day ballots too. This whole thing was fucked from the start. And due to how cucked the fucking court system is, I personally think it's highly unlikely that Trump is going to be able to do anything to overturn this result. It's just welcome to fucking Weimar, Venezuela. It's over, okay? Not that there was a whole lot of faith in the system to start with. I mean, part of the reason why Trump became president is due to an extreme lack of faith in the system. But if you look at it, hey, Republicans gained House seats, they gained Senate seats, but everyone's just going to tell you, oh, there's so many Republicans out there who are just tired of Trump because he's mean. Oh, he said bad words, he swears occasionally, he makes fun of reporters for being corrupt fucking puppets. Surely we're all tired of that. We need the dignity of a man with Alzheimer's who can barely string a sentence together, and a corrupt cop who slept their way to the top of the district attorney's office so that she could over prosecute black people. But yeah, that's BLM's chosen candidate because her skin is a slightly darker shade than your average person, because she's black, even though she's less than a quarter black and is, of course, actually half Indian, and is, That's what all of America really wanted. Biden's not going to finish his first term, so pay very close attention to the rhetoric coming out of Kamala Harris's mouth, because she is the person who's going to be making these kinds of decisions. And she's going to be your unelected first female president who, as far as I could tell from what exposure I have had to Democrat thoughts in this entire election, including through the Democrat primaries, is that Kamala Harris was extremely unpopular. That a more popular candidate like Tulsi Gabbard just eviscerated her in the second debate, and she had no momentum going forward. But also keep in mind that, some of the things that Joe Biden said really mattered, like that psychopath lunatic Beto O'Rourke is going to be your gun czar. Your Second Amendment rights are about to go away. Your First Amendment rights were already surrendered by Trump, which I believe is actually something that negatively affected his enthusiasm by a lot, that Trump never did anything to protect your free speech. Trump actually did things to negatively affect your Second Amendment rights, including these kind of red flag law shit that he supported. That Trump, shouldn't exactly be the popular candidate with gamers, because he said the same kind of Joe Lieberman-y shit about, violent video games are bad for kids. He cucked out on the wall, he cucked out on DACA, he cucked out on reducing immigration, he cucked out on a lot of things. He cucked Israel, same as this, next president's going to do as well. This is just going to be the status quo of the fucking corrupt elite, only probably marginally worse. The snowball is rolling downhill. And I only voted for Trump personally because I thought he would at least slow down that snowball and keep this country from just being sold out from under us to Israel and China. But all the good work that Trump has done for the economy, all the tax cuts, all his tariffs on China that actually positively affected business and moved shit to better, more America-friendly nations like Taiwan and shit. All that's in Singapore, all that shit's gone. You're fucked now. And the thing is, everyone knows we're fucked. And nothing's going to be done about it. So you got to start thinking very clearly about the small things we can do in this pretty much already turbo fucked system. The most important thing that honestly was probably more important than re-electing Trump, surprisingly enough, if you could think of something as more important than that in this situation, was that the Democrats did not take the Senate. That is extremely important. So what you should be thinking about even more than this complete fucking dog and pony fucking kabuki circus that you're about to see, where Trump is probably not going to get justice in the courts, is in 2022, you better fucking show up and make sure your governors, your Democrats, your House representatives, your county clerks, all that shit needs to stay red. They all gained in this election. They need to gain more next time. That's the only thing you can do. And heck, red isn't doing all that much for us, but it's not fucking killing us at a rapid fucking terminal stage 4 cancer pace. That's all you can really do right now, folks. Take care, stay tuned, stay armed, stay safe. Because all I can think of is fucking Ken from Fist of the North Star coming down and just going, "You are already dead."